Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kraft Field here in Grand Forks, North Dakota. It's game one of a doubleheader today, game two of the series between the North Iowa Ragin' Roosters and the Red River Pilots. Berryman looking to K the side on this pitch, and he won't do so as Madrigal gets under one into right field. It'll drive Joey Hayden back to the track, but he settles under it and makes the play. 3 up, 3 down for Berryman and the Pilots. Bottom of the first on the way. You're watching the Expedition League on YouTube. Hayden with the day off yesterday. And hits that ball softly into center field. It will fall for a base hit. And another one of the numerous Pilot base stealing threats stands on first base. Payoff to Kirkman is lined up the middle. That'll fall. Collado, a late break, gets over to third, and Kirkman with the RBI single. The Pilots up 2-0. Herbert comes set, checks Hayden. Hayden off with the pitch. It's a breaking ball. Hayden is safe at second. Lee scurries home for the 5th Pilot run of the game. Nobody out. The Pilot right fielder looking to keep up what has been a pretty good day at the plate so far. Make it fantastic if he can come through here, and he shoots it by the first baseman. Barkenhagen ties the game. Wiltshire rounds. He's on his way to third. The throw gets away. He stays at third base. Hayden races up to second. Matty Holm quickly threw up the stop sign with the left hand to Wiltshire. Was actually the one hit that did not have an RBI attached to it. That one off the end of the bat into center in front of Pelayo. It skips off his leg into left center. Walton will score easily. Lee on his way to second. He's in standing up. And it's tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first. Gomez comes set to the plate. To Walton on one hop, could be 2. The shuffle to Kirkman for 1. A strong throw gets Monroe at first. Inning-ending double play from Gomez. We're headed to the bottom of the third here in Grand Forks. The Pilots will look to jump out in front right after this. We'll see if Lee has the green light with a 3-0 count. He was a USCAA All-American Honorable Mention and Home Run Derby participant. That ball smacked deep right center field. It's down, up against the wall. Kirkman in to score and give the Pilots a lead. Hayden around third. The ball just to the second baseman in the outfield. Jalen Lee staying hot. The green light 3-0 results in a 3-1 Pilot lead. His second double in as many days. A 1-2 count on the Morningside University Star. Twirls the bat once and twice before putting it on his shoulder. Awaiting the 1-2 pitch. Ball sent into right center field. Back to the wall. The outfield is running, unable to get to it. Willers will get to second easily. Whitley around from second to score. A very hard hit ball into the right center gap from Willers. His second hit of the game, first RBI of the night, and it's 8-4 Souris Valley. Still 2 outs for the Pilots to work with as Carter Payne climbs in. Lucas into the windup. The payoff pitch swung on and missed. Waved at by Duncan. The low and away slider. And Jackson Lucas strikes out the side. We're headed to the bottom of the first in Grand Forks. The Pilots and Roosters knotted at 0. Out of Scottsdale, Arizona. That ball hit into left field. Hayden on his way back to the track, looking up. It's out of here. Peyton McGregor, a 2-run home run. It's the first ball we've seen leave the yard here at Kraft Field this season. And North Iowa ties things at 2 here in the top of the second. The 1-1 count. Fat fastball in the middle of the plate, driven into right field. That'll get down and roll up against the wall. Lee is in to score. Hayden easily as well. Willers rounding third. He's headed home. Rendon to the plate. It gets away from the catcher. Willers slaps the left hand down, fixes his helmet. Thompson over to third after the throw. A bases clearing double from Tanner Thompson, his first 3 RBIs of the year, first hit of the year, and the second consecutive inning for the Pilots, scoring 5 or more. Robert Castillo, another Raging Rooster that started on Wednesday, but not in this morning's game. That one gets past Wiltshire. Pratt will round third. Miller will come up firing. He's got a cannon, and he demonstrates it. Jason Willers lays the tag on. An absolute missile from Alex Miller to cut off what would have been the first run of the ball game. The Pilots will now have the chance to claim that first run in the bottom half of the first. You're watching Expedition League Baseball on YouTube. But hey, when it's an absolute missile like that, it's hard not to hype it up. That ball will fall in shallow center field. Barkenhagen has it go off his wrist, and it rolls behind him. The wave is on for Snyder. That ball gets past the cutoff man, and Snyder is in. Very unfortunate development for the Pilots, and the Raging Roosters lead it 1-0. Full count, Walton off with the pitch. That ball stung into right center field. It's going to get down. Walton slid into second. It's off the wall out there. Becker will round second and go to third. Walton will score easily, and Becker will have what could have been a stand-up triple, but he elects to go head first. He flexes on him out there. Isaac Becker, RBI 3-bagger. First strikeout for Whitley, the third for Kirchner on the day. He's got the hat trick. And that ball is lined into right center field. Griffin Snyder collects an RBI. Barkenhagen corrals this one on the first try. Eastham replaces Castillo at third.
Center fielder number 15.
The score 4-2. Home run was an impressive display of opposite field power, and he goes down looking. Scott dots the upper quadrant of the zone. Muncie has some beef with it. There's not much he can do. 1 out here in the second inning for the Pilots. The payoff from Garrick Schreiber. Hit at Kirkman. He dives, gets a glove on it, spins. Couldn't get it out of his glove at first, but manages to make the play. Some beautiful defense behind Garrick Schreiber. And the Pilots 2 outs away from a victory. Another game against Souris Valley tomorrow evening, same start time. Pelayo whiffs at that pitch, low and inside. Schreiber with another strikeout. And the Pilots 3 strikes away from victory numero uno.
Number 21.
A Craig Kimbrell-esque setup there on the mound. Fires home. It's a breaking ball. Swung on and missed. And that'll end the ball game. Willers with the fist pump holding the ball. Gomez greets Vandenbrink at the first baseline. And the rest of the teammates there as well, as the Pilots will come out toward the mound. It's their 3rd straight victory. Had a couple days off in between games, but the rust doesn't affect Red River. They moved to 8-11 on the year. The Raging Roosters fall to 6-14.